Greetings everyone, and welcome back to another installment in the iWish series. A series in which we investigate rather dubious tech products sold on various sites around the web just to see if they're any good, and most of the time they're not, but I like to buy this stuff so you don't have to. And this marks the first episode of iWish in 2025, and I hope to deliver plenty more iWish episodes during 2025, but the first one that we have is something very unique. You've seen in the thumbnail what it is already, but this is a camera that looks like a little iPhone. And on the stream that I did on New Year's Eve, I was having a look at AliExpress to see if we could find anything good, and I think one of you folks actually said in the chat that you found this item, and I had a look at it, and everyone's just went, you have to buy it, SMOOREZ. So that's what I've done. I've purchased this thing. I have to say a massive thank you to the folks displayed on screen for donating during that live stream. I really appreciate it. You've donated towards seeing this, and I believe 2 other items, or maybe more. I don't really remember, but I haven't received those as yet, but they are definitely on their way, so look forward to them. But yeah, massive thank you to all of these folks for doing what you do. Absolutely amazing. And I hope you're really going to enjoy this one today. We're taking a look at the 4K CCD digital camera 64 megapixel digital video camera with 3 lens 3-inch touch panel 16x digital zoom built-in flash IR night vision. Try saying that 10 times fast. I wish you luck. This is currently $70.69 Australian on AliExpress with free shipping. So I'll display SMOOREZ's jank currency conversion chart on screen so that gives you a rough idea of how much this weirdo little camera costs. And I didn't pay $70.69 for it. I actually paid $66.32. That's with tax as well, because I bought this during their New Year's sale. Not expecting too much from a camera that's worth, you know, $67 Australian. If it takes photos and videos, that's more than enough to be fair. Let me just quickly open up the advertising and we'll have a bit of a read through so we can see what's going on with this thing. So we've got CCD plus CMOS camera, better restoration of original colors, photo and video shooting from image quality to color. The comprehensive upgrade brings a more delicate visual quality and the shooting scenes are clear and vivid. Photo, background, blur, video depth of field switching. And you probably have noticed there's a little camera above the screen there. So accordingly, and according to the title as well, this has 3 cameras built into it. I think this thing's going to boot up with Welcome, but if that's the case, then that's the most amount of cameras we've had on a Welcome device. I really wonder what the camera quality is going to be like on this. We've got this huge advertisement here. Great leap in the strength of 3 cameras, in quotes there. In the full focus range, high definition, high precision, high restoration, all in caps there. Adaptive adjustment, take photos from multiple angles. That's normal, isn't it? Then we've got CCD Superception main camera lens, autofocus plus 2.5cm macro depth of field with 64 million pixels and OIS. Independently developed special algorithm, close-up autofocus processing image, special angles present macro depth of field, beginners can also take large photos. This listing is full of jargon, isn't it? CMOS telephoto lens, 10x optical zoom plus 16x digital zoom. And I can't even read what that says because of the background. That's okay. CCD wide angle lens. Wait, what? We got a main camera lens, a telephoto, and a wide angle. I wonder how much of that is true. And then we've got photo background blurring and video foreground blur switching. But then it says we've got infrared on this thing, like it said in the title, which the infrared function is actually pretty useful. So I'll see how that goes. Now, the design of this says it's exquisite, high-end, perfect exterior design, ergonomic design that provides a comfortable feel to the product with a metal piano lacquer frame. Okay, a UV glass texture back cover, a 3-inch OLED touchscreen, we'll have to see about that, and a rounded display screen. A lot of inspirations from the iPhone, of course, thus why this is a mini iPhone camera thing. It's got a 3600 mAh battery in it, according to this picture, that supports multiple charging methods, such as power bank, car charger, solar charger, etc. So it supports a charger. Okay. Accordingly, this camera can record at 60 frames a second in Ultra HD. So what, 4K 60 FPS? It claims that the 3 lenses do something, but do we have a wide angle and telephoto on the back and the main is the front one? I have no idea. It also says live streaming function with video playback capability. It can be used simultaneously with mobile phones as a multi-camera camera and as a computer camera. So there might be an option to connect it to my phone or something? Have to see. And finally, we have this picture. I'm not even going to read all of this, so feel free to pause it if you want to read all of this jargon about how they've used forged zinc, alloy metal bodies, and all that sort of fun stuff. It'd be hilarious if it's made of plastic, but we'll see very soon. Alright, that's all of the listing. Not too many funny things. I think it's better if we take a look at the device itself and see exactly what it can do. I got this little package right here. Let's crack this open and have a look and see what this thing offers. I've just seen something funny on the box already. Alright, so it's a music camera. POWERSHOT D6, 3-inch 64 megapixel 3-touch OLED in white, because I chose white. I should have went black actually, to be fair. That looks better. Support movie playback, 10 plus 16 times zoom 3 lens metal glass UI touchscreen metal frame glass back cover, D6 music camera, large lens aperture, high light intake, high brightness, high color fidelity, 3600 mAh battery, Type-C, headphone jack, screen resting work, whatever that means. Music camera function introduction, 64 million pixels, 64 megamax, 3 lenses, 4K video recording, metal glass material, music, and a 3-inch lowered touch. It's okay, buddy. It's close enough to OLED. You did your job well. All right, let's have a look at this thing. Oh, it's got some weight to it. Holy moly. And in the box we get, that's a door for the micro SD card. That's cool. Then we get a Type-C USB cable, a lanyard, the most tiniest screwdriver I've ever seen. That is so adorable. Then we get a cleaning cloth, and we also get a manual, which is the D6 touchscreen music camera. Let's have a look. Reset the hole. That's what it says. When the machine appears flower screen, abnormal crash, etc. with the pinhole shaped thing, short poke can be forced to... Ah, yes, yeah, very, very, very good. Do we even want to keep reading this? I'd be here forever. If I need to come back to the manual, then I definitely will. But otherwise, there's got a guarantee as well. That's good. Odd numbers, retail price. Okay, and then you've got the Chinese guide just there as well. There it is. It's really heavy. I wonder if they've put a metal weight inside of this to give it that weight. I'm not too sure. We've got plastic around the frame. That on the back as well. How much does this weigh? I'm curious. 164 grams. Well, starting at the back, we've got the 2 infrared LEDs in there. The 2 cameras. They look legit. That looks way too good to be a fake. Got the LED flash there, and as you can see, it looks very iPhone-like. See? Similarities. Inspiration. More like pinched, but that's okay. And around the metal frame, camera shutter key, power button, the micro SD card slot, a tripod mount, area for a lanyard, a headphone jack on this. That's pretty good. USB Type-C and a little speaker grill just there. And on the front, yeah, that's our front camera there, which I don't know what that's going to be. If it's 64 megapixels, I don't think it would be, but it's something. And the screen there, which we've got to take the screen protector off. Also, everything is covered by protective plastic. Everywhere. Apart from the box being a little bit iffy, I'm actually quite satisfied with how well this is built. Providing it doesn't have any metal weights though, it feels extremely good. I've got my micro SD card here, and I'll put this in, so we'll just power this up, if this is the power button. Hello. Well, that's it. The display is not too bad at all, but I need to see if it's OLED or not. Nope, it's LCD. As you can see by the background dancing there, this is an LCD and not an OLED, or else we wouldn't be seeing that. An OLED on a $70 device, maybe, but it's just LCD. It works. So what can we do? Oh, we can change the background to space, mountains, happy, cute things, kibby, classroom. What are we looking at here? Can you even see that? It's an IPS display that's on here though. That's good. Whoops. Uh-oh. How do I go back? There we go. Pink, cute stuff going on there. That looks like it's from iPhone. The icons aren't really from iPhone either. They look similar, but not quite. More snowy mountain stuff. That looks like iPhone. And back to the shop thing, sky, that thing, that. There you go. So swiping left and right just changes the wallpaper. Swiping down doesn't do anything. And then we just have these 5 functions here. That's it. So it's not running Android or anything. So going to settings, it's all in Chinese. But that's okay. We can just change it like that. And we've got beauty level, which I'll have it to off, but I will do some photos with that on, obviously. Touch calibration, we don't need to go into. Wallpaper is Northern Lights 1 Pig C Store. Well, at least they've named it. I'll just leave it as default. Volume, key sounds, we have boot music, which is what you heard just before. Screen brightness is all the way up to the maximum. Screensavers, after 5 minutes, I guess. Frequency, 50 or 60 hertz. Set to 60 hertz. Version says 9th of the 9th, 2024. Camera resolution says 3 megapixel, 8 megapixel, 12, and 64. So I'll do 64 megapixels. Videos, 4K. And cyclic record usually is an indication that it's a dash cam, but I'll just leave that off. But that's it within settings, so nothing much here. Should we do the speaker test on this thing? No files. What is the internal storage of this thing even? I have no idea. Plugging the camera into my PC doesn't come up with anything. So I've got no idea if there's actual internal storage or not. I worked it out, had to go to my micro SD card, and there was an MP3 folder. So I've put my music into there, and there we go. So let's test BFG Division on a digital camera. See what it sounds like. All right, here we go. Not the loudest. Sounds alright though. Doesn't sound too over the top. It's reasonable. Honestly, it's reasonable for what it is. Now if I plug in earphones, can I just listen to music on this? Well, I assume so. Yep. Sounds pretty good through earphones as well. So at this point, it works perfectly fine as a music player. But let me try the terrible song that I made. You can't skip along though. Just gotta leave it do its thing. That sounds pretty good. As I said, not the loudest, but it's pretty clear. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. And we've got a headphone jack on it as well, so you're doing good, little camera. But I think the question that we're all asking is how well is this going to go as a camera? Also, the sound recorder looks like that too, but you'll hear the microphone soon. So let's open up the camera. So if I... Ooh! It actually focuses. Let me use this really cool Tamika 1974 Honda Civic right here. So let's just see. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay, it doesn't look the best at this point in time, but the fact we can focus is actually pretty damn good. So that's a digital zoom right there. What does this one do? Oh, that's just hiding the user interface. And we've got this. So there's the LED. Well, the LED just lights up the entire thing and not really anything past that though. But I'll try night shots and see what that looks like. I can't work out where the infrared LEDs are. I have a feeling in settings, if I toggle this little light bulb here, I can switch it from LED and then to nighttime. So I think that's infrared, but I'm not too sure. And I can't do any frame settings or anything here. It's just fairly basic. But if I swap to the front camera, there we go. What does it look like? You know, actually it looks reasonable from my point of view, but it's only on a 3-inch display. I'm filming this bit after I've done the camera test, but I just want to show you that this thing actually does have 3 legit sensors in it. This is the first one, the main sensor, which is this one right here, because if I cover it up, there you go. Now if I press this, it goes to the front camera. But if I then press it again, it goes to this one, which, if I cover up the second sensor, right here, you can see that that actually is a working sensor, which is amazing that we've actually got 3 lenses on a cheapo device from AliExpress. That just never happens. But since I've done the camera test already, I can tell you that this is just a standard sensor. This appears to be a telephoto sensor, and this one's just a standard generic sensor. And also, I've been trying to play around with the infrared LEDs on this. They actually do exist in this, but they are so dim. There, look, there you go. That's them there. It looks like the LCD backlight is powering them for some reason. That's what it looks like. I can reassure you that night vision does not work on this. You'll see that very soon. I couldn't see the night vision when I was initially testing it, but it was when I was outside. I noticed it and went, ah, yep, there they are. So when I tear it down, I'll get a better look at them. Otherwise, I've pretty much demonstrated everything at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and splice in the photos and videos that I took with the mini iPhone camera thing. Have a look at them all, check them out. It's going to be a pretty long camera test because I had to do a whole bunch of photos with each of the lenses and modes and stuff. So enjoy what you're about to see. Alright, testing quality with the iPhone mini camera thing. This is the main sensor at 4K supposedly, and that's what it looks like. And I can actually press the little button to make it focus, as you can see. Whoop. Ripley's scratching. Wait, let's have a look at Ripley. Hi, don't destroy the house. Don't destroy the house, Ripley. No, don't destroy the house. No, stop it. Stop it. No. Apart from her just destroying the house, we'll just keep having a look at stuff. You can't even see the flowers. I've taken the photos and haven't reviewed them back yet, but they look okay. It's looking pretty good for this, but I don't think it's a 4K though. And if I do this, oh, I can't zoom in. Oh, okay. So yeah, I can't do anything else here. I can't even zoom in. Let's move on to the secondary sensor, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is the second sensor of the iPhone mini camera thing, and we don't have optical image stabilization, that's for sure, but I have a feeling this is a telephoto lens because it's zoomed in. I'm standing at the same location, and yeah, it's zoomed in. Because if I start walking closer to the flowers, you can see, well, this one doesn't autofocus, so you kind of just have to try and take photos as best as you can, but it's probably just a 2x telephoto, but it's better than nothing though, I guess. Let's go over to the faraway aircon, and I'll stand in the same place, and that's what it looks like. So if you compare this with the previous video, you'll see that this is slightly zoomed in. So let's go to the front camera, and then I'll do the night shots. There's the front camera of the mini iPhone camera thing. Sort of jolly movement there, and I've looked at the photos and they're awful. But how do I look with the front camera? Yeah, you know, is there detail? I don't know. At least it's got 3 lenses though. 3 cheapest lenses, but at least it has 3 lenses. That's good. Alright, well, let's keep moving on then. Silly camera. Oh, yeah, no, it works. There's some video quality at nighttime with the mini iPhone camera thing. This is the main lens, and this should be at 1080p. Should. And that's what that looks like, and I can focus. Yep, I can still do that, but I know the quality's not looking the best. And I don't even think the night vision works, to be fair. Can we focus on the flowers? Oh, there you go. You can see him. The LED is decent enough outside, but I can't see too far in front of me. Also, there's a weird circle just there. It's like a donut. I don't know. Let me do the telephoto in video, and then I'll try night vision. So this is telephoto with just the LED flash on. So not really much of a difference. Slightly more zoomed in, but no autofocus. So it's just as it is. You get a good idea of what's going on, so I'll now switch night vision on and see if I can do anything. So this is night vision mode. And if I go up to a frogger, you can't see anything. So I'm pretty sure there's no infrared LEDs in there. Can you even see my hand? Oh, you can see some static on the screen. Ooh. Yeah, no. I don't think it works. This is with telephoto, and nope. No. Oh, you can maybe see the frogger just there. Just see it. I can see 2 LEDs in there. They're not that bright at all, but they're there. It's not helpful at all. Yeah, that's night vision. That worked really well. This is what the front camera looks like at nighttime with video. I look very grainy. You can see me. You can see it. The LCD is the only light that I have, but it's fine. Alrighty, you've just seen all the photos and videos that I took with our little buddy here. We got quite a bit to talk about, don't we? Let me state the obvious as well. I was not expecting much for a $70 camera from AliExpress, but the quality of the cameras aren't even up to par with something like a Welcome device, for example. It's worse than that. The images themselves came out to be 4032 by 2272, which in my megapixel calculator that I've got is 9.16 megapixels, when it was meant to be 64 on the device itself, which 64 megapixels is a bit ridiculous for something for $70, but looking at the photos from the main sensor, I'd say it's maybe 2 megapixels interpolated up to 9 megapixels. That's just my guess at this point in time. The secondary sensor also took photos in supposed 64 megapixel, and the focus is fixed on that lens, but it's zoomed in a bit, which makes me think it's telephoto. And I'll display the faraway aircon. The main sensor on the left, the telephoto or whatever lens it is on the right, and as you can see, the one on the right is zoomed in a little bit more. The quality is a little bit better on the right sensor, and the front camera, that also doesn't look anything past like 2 megapixels interpolated up to 9 megapixels. The beauty mode kind of worked kind of. Also, I've definitely debunked this one with the whole 10 times optical zoom and 16 times digital zoom. It just does 16 times digital zoom, whichever lens you select. If you go to the front one, for example, you can still do 16 times. And it's just a digital zoom, nothing special. The videos, on the other hand, they were not 4K at 60 FPS. In fact, the best quality that I did get from this was 1080p at 30 FPS with a 16 megabit bitrate. And while the videos look like they're from a dash cam, to be honest, we do have focus, which is good, but there's no stabilization and the quality is just pretty terrible. And the LED flash did work on this and I was able to take a couple of night shots, but as I did show before the camera test, those infrared LEDs, which as you can see right there, don't do a whole lot. That's what night vision looks like with this. Can you even see anything? You might be able to see the outline of the froggers if you look carefully. But when I tear this down, I just want to see how they've implemented those LEDs. Because I've seen infrared LEDs on devices before, but I've never seen anything that have looked like this. They look like they're being powered by the LCD, like the backlight of it. But at least I was able to do a two-step function with the shutter key, so I could focus and then take a photo. So that was pretty good. And with the advertising saying that this can be used alongside a phone, when connecting this to my PC, it does actually pop up as a webcam. But considering the quality of it, I'm pretty sure that whatever webcam you've got on your laptop is gonna beat this. Well, that's up for debate. Depends which laptop you really have. But you get what I'm saying though. So for 70 bucks, you know, it's a cool little device. It's built well. It doesn't have a whole lot of features, but at least it's got 3 sensors. The battery in this doesn't really last too long at all. Supposedly 3600 milliamp hours, but I've had to charge this twice while using it, and it drained really fast when taking photos and videos. At least you can use this as a music player because you've got a headphone jack, so that's good. The speaker's not too loud, but it'll do. The night vision's questionable. When I take this apart, I'll get to have a look at them and see if they're actually legit. Is this something that you should purchase? Not for $70 Australian. If this was like 30 bucks or something, it's a fun little thing to play around with and, you know, give it to a kid because it's built well. It's not like a cheap plasticky thing. It looks cool, that's for sure, but quality-wise with cameras, it's bit hit and miss with this one. But 3 sensors though. Mark that on your calendars, folks. The first generic device I've looked at on the channel with 3 legit sensors. This fella right here. Well done to you. But yeah, that's pretty much my conclusion of this thing. I think you all understand what is going on with this device. Too bad it didn't run Android though, because that would have been really cool trying to play like San Andreas on a tiny display like this, but no, unfortunately it's just some generic OS, which I really want to know the specs of this thing. I have no idea what's running in this, but there's no internal storage, as far as I know. I think we're saying that, I think it's time to tear it down. So just power it off, which it just does that. Doesn't say goodbye, doesn't say see you later, doesn't say see you next time, doesn't say anything like that. It just switches off and that's it. And how this comes apart is the screen first. Because I put a suction cup here, pulled up, wasn't moving. Pulled up here, and it started to move. So I'm probably going to have to heat that up. So let's see how we go. Well, this was easy. The camera's also pretty hot, so in that time it's actually melted the adhesive away for me. Alrighty. Whoops. Alright. That was actually easy. But here is the innards. Wowee. Alright, time for SMOOREZ to work out what the hell's going on with this thing. So let's take the screen off first. That's done. And that has that on there. It's made in 2024. The resolution of that though, I'm not too sure, but I've also just realized how big the LCD is compared to how it is on here. I mean, with all the fingerprints. So like, it comes to there, but looking at it, it extends all the way to there. But that's securely attached to the glass, so I don't think I'll touch that, I'll just leave it. So that is the front sensor right there. What does it say on it? XD D6 ZP D3. Judging by the size of that camera, I reckon it's maybe 2 megapixel, maybe 3.2, I'm not sure. It looks like a fairly big sensor in it though, but that's just really guessing there. Let me take the motherboard out of this, and that'll give me a better idea of what I'm working with here. Smooth criminal. Do. You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. Do. I've just realized there's a stripped screw right there. They stripped it and then went, it's fine, I'm not going to touch it. I haven't touched that screw. Wow, okay, well we have to use pliers to get that one out. And here we go, folks. Well, that's not a 3600 milliamp hour battery in this thing. If we can pop that out of there though. Perfect, not a problem. Oh, what is this? It is 3600 milliamp hours. According to this, that's what it says there. It's an error bat. The code on the motherboard says 2024 right there, and we have our 2 sensors, and that I'm gonna say is a telephoto. It doesn't look like it's wide angle. I reckon it's telephoto, and we actually do have 2 LEDs just there, but they are so dim that they just don't do anything. But the main camera is just this one here. No movement except for focusing, but that's a fairly simple camera there. You folks will have to let me know. I'm pretty sure that would be a telephoto, because as you can see there, it sort of extends out a little bit, and it's zoomed in as well. So that would make sense. But the main chip that is powering this is that right there. If you can see what that is. I have no idea what that is, to be honest. I'll have a Google and see what I can find about that. It's probably just a very bare bones low-end chip that they've thrown in here. But if this does have internal storage, it's going to be really minimal on there. This whole metal frame itself is where most of the weight is. There's no metal weights in this. Well, I mean, you can count this as a metal weight if you'd like to, but that's quite heavy, and that's got the speaker built into it, and the buttons are just at the top there, which actually I should show you the buttons too. That's the button there. That's the two-step button just there. Which, yeah, that works fine. But what I want to do is I want to connect up all of the cameras again and the LCD, and we're going to power it on, and I'm going to see what the night vision LEDs look like. On we go. Don't mind the guts just dangling there. That's fine. Yeah, they're on, but they are not that bright at all. And if I switch them off, yeah, see? So they actually do function. It's just that they're really, really dim. They're dim bulbs. The LED flash itself is like that. So without the casing, how bright? Yeah, see, that's bright as. Do you want to see the camera bounce around? Here, look, I'll show you. Look, see it? That's kind of fun, isn't it? All right, so Mr. Telephoto has this code on it right there, which I don't think you're going to be able to tell anything from that. I just want to pop the lens off just to see the sensor inside of it. See if I can try and work this thing out. Well, it's just a normal sensor, but looking at that, I would say that's a zoomed in lens. You can kind of see it there, the reflection on it. It's like absolute basic telephoto. That's pretty much what I think this is anyways. The main sensor also says the same stuff on it as well. Well, there you go, folks. That's the teardown of this thing done. I think I've worked out what's going on with this. I'll put it back together, and we can call this one a video, I think. If I can put it back together. I hope you've all enjoyed this one and learning about what this thing can do. As I said, I'm very happy that it's got 3 lenses. That's cool, it's just they're not really the greatest quality though. But at least I've taken a look at this thing on the channel, and if it wasn't for you folks generously donating towards seeing this, I wouldn't have looked at it. So massive thank you to all the folks displayed on screen for your generosity on that live stream. And I apologize for forgetting names, but whoever did tell me in the live stream that this thing existed and then I had a look at it, thank you so much for telling me about that, because yeah, I wouldn't have known this thing existed. Thank you so much to you folks for doing what you do as always. I really appreciate it, and I really hope you've enjoyed having a look at this thing with me today. That's gonna do it for another installment in the iWish series, and this is the first of 3 items that we did get on the live stream. The next one will be the world's ugliest phone. Well, according to me anyways, it's one of the ugliest, but you'll see that very soon. But you folks will have to let me know what you thought of this one down in the comments below. Do you think this is worthy, or do you think it's just kind of cheapy crap nonsense stuff at the end of the day? If the night visions actually worked and the quality was just a little bit better with this, I reckon this would be cool, but not for 70 bucks. I mean, that $70 has mostly gone onto the metal that they've used to make this heavy, to be fairly honest. Alright folks, I think I've waffled on way too much in this video, so I thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to sit back and listen to me waffle on about another cheapo device that definitely could have been something. I'm just stoked that we got 3 lenses at the end of the day. But if I've waffled on too much and you had to use the timestamps, that's completely fine. That's why they're there. The camera test is probably going to go for like 6 minutes or something, but that's the whole point of this video. It's a camera test. Thanks again. I appreciate you all so much for being here. As always, please take care, stay safe, be good people, and I'll see you in the next one, which, as I said, would be the ugliest phone. You folks that were on that stream know exactly what I'm talking about, so be sure to stick around for that one. Even though it doesn't offer much, you'll be in shock when you see the device. You'll be like, what? Who designed that? I don't know. Fulfy. They designed it. I don't know. Alright folks, take care of yourselves, keep being awesome, and I will see you all very soon. Bye for now. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.